It feels like yesterday that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero just dropped, and we are already getting a brand new Dragon Ball game. Oh boy, guys, we are in a drought when it comes to Dragon Ball anime, Dragon Ball manga, but what we're getting fed is video games. Whatever genre video game you want to play, there is a Dragon Ball version of that genre, which is insane. There are so many Dragon Ball games out right now, and you can pick up whichever one, and all of them relatively easy to pick up and understand. Honestly, we are in the golden age of Dragon Ball video games.
Try one of these.
Get a load of this! Now die with this planet!
What a beautiful show!
Speak down to a god. Things are only getting started.
You're about to find out what it's like to fight a real Super Saiyan.
I'll show you what happens when you underestimate me. Now it's over!
But a brand new game just dropped, and to help me give their insights into this brand new Dragon Ball game is SLOplays. SLOplays from the channel SLOplays, a huge gaming channel, huge Dragon Ball gaming channel. I would say one of the biggest ones, is here to help us explain what this new game is about.
So from what I played in the GEKISHIN SQUADRA beta, the game is very fun and can be pretty addictive due to the battle pass aspect. This rewards the player from leveling up your profile after completing a match, whether you win or lose. You can accumulate in-game currency and even brand new characters the more you play the game, so this creates an incentive to continue playing more. Now let's move on to the actual visuals. This is probably one of the best looking Dragon Ball games ever made. Designs look like they're straight out of the manga, and all the animations have a lot of love put into them. You can tell that Gambarian really loves the series and are likely big fans. Now the main aspect, gameplay. This plays exactly like any other MOBA. Games like League of Legends and Pokemon Unite all have this top-down team-based gameplay. The objective is to defeat all the gods of destruction and make it to the other team's base at the other side to claim their Dragon Ball. It's a pretty simple concept, however, I feel like there's just a lot to keep track of as you play. It really feels like there is too much going on at the same time and can definitely be overwhelming for a new or casual player. A lot of matches can feel one-sided as they remove the grade 8 mechanic that helped with the losing team being able to make a comeback, but I think the more you play the game, the more you can get accustomed to these aspects. But we'll have to see how they listen to feedback overall and handle the updates for the future. And overall, I think it's a very fun game so far, and I would definitely recommend it.
The reason this game really caught my attention is because of the outfits that the characters can get. The characters that you earn, the characters you can play with, have a variety of different outfits. Some of them are from the anime or the manga, but others are inspired from different outfits that we've seen people wear or Dragon Ball characters wear throughout the series. I mean, this outfit for Krillin himself, it's not an outfit he actually wears specifically, but he's wore a version of this at some point throughout the anime or manga, and this is what I'm talking about. There is a lot of love in the customization for these characters, and honestly, games like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero should definitely take notice and see this is how you treat your audience. This is how you give them content and accomplishments for the skins or the characters that they are unlocking or buying. And so I downloaded GEKISHIN SQUADRA, and honestly, the game itself is extremely fluid. It's extremely clean. I love the character models. I think honestly the character models for each Dragon Ball character is pristine. It is to a level of even greater fidelity than Sparking Zero half the time. The only thing that is an issue here is the type of gameplay you're using with these models. It's almost like Call of Duty, where in Call of Duty you can get skins, but you can only see these skins once you're doing special finishers or things like that. You can't really see the skin from the first person point of view, not like games like Fortnite. This is a very similar situation where you have these incredibly beautifully animated and articulate types of skins and characters, and they just look great and fantastic, but the gameplay itself is very, very small. You can't see the character that well. So you're having all these cosmetic types and all these different things, but the character is so small on your phone that you're basically missing 80 to 90% the point of it and the beauty of it. If I was in that boardroom, I would be telling them that they probably need to zoom in your character a little bit more, or at least follow him a lot closer. That way you can see and appreciate and understand the cosmetics that you're unlocking for the game. But the game's gameplay type is extremely unique. Now, I don't like over the top tabletop types of games where you see everything from a god's view. If it's a character game, if it's a game that is something strategic, then yeah, I don't mind it. But if you're hovering over a character, I don't like it normally. This feels extremely fluid, and everything is extremely, all the attacks, everything is very, very sensitive to the way that you press and how you initiate any of these attacks. I mean, the fighting sequence itself is extremely entertaining, and some of these attacks actually zoom you in closer to the character. When you knock an opponent off the stage, it zooms you into the character for a split second. You can kind of see the cosmetics that you put on these characters, but the gameplay itself is something that's gonna be a little bit here and there. It reminds me of some of those old Dragon Ball games from the Game Boy. You can, these side scroller type of games, you can go around and fight. The only twist here is that you're fighting real people. So you can do squad versus squad, and you get rebooted similar to Fortnite. You get rebooted if you die, and it's all about getting points at the very end. The game really throws you into these high intensity battles and does very little hand holding, which works. It's very intuitive too. If you're a long-time Dragon Ball fan, you'll know what the Kamehameha button is, or the Ki Blast button is. Honestly, everything is very easy to track when it comes to the buttons and how to play. It's very easy to pick it up and learn how to play it right away. And once you get the hang of it, all the mechanics, it's insanely satisfying pulling off combos and team strategies in the middle of all the chaos. It's definitely one of those games that you'd play on your phone for a little bit here and there, similar to Legends, similar to Dokkan, and you come back to it and you can play. If you have a little bit of time extra, you can run around and fight different villains and clear different levels. It definitely gives me Dragon Ball Mario vibes, if you know what I'm saying. And honestly, the game itself is fun. It is free right now. You can go ahead and download it on iOS and play it, and let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this game is something that you would play for a while, or do you think it's something that you would definitely not come back to, or just give it an old college try and move on? Let me know what you guys think in the comments.